real simply, you're driving the bus, right? You're the acting Secretary of Labor, right? So I think it's important for everyone to understand your thought process. Simply put, do you support the United States free market economy?
Yes, I think in general, yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Do you believe an American entrepreneur should have the ability to pursue their dreams and ambitions?
Yes, I do.
Wonderful. Good. So far, we're good. Do you believe it's the responsibility of the Department of Labor to make it easier or more difficult for entrepreneurs to flourish?
I think that it makes sense for the Department of Labor to help support entrepreneurs, people who who want to use their innovation.
We are
and
3
their talent.
for 3, so I'll take that as a yes. Thank you, ma'am. So then I want to highlight your record and try to understand then why President Biden thinks you're the best option as the next Secretary of Labor with yeses on my last 3 questions. As the Secretary of Labor in California, you oversaw the highly controversial AB 5 that reclassified every independent contractor, very entrepreneurial in spirit, in the state, and effectively killed off the gig economy in California. If you're confirmed as Secretary of Labor, will you demand that Congress pass a similar bill to kill off independent contractors?
So thank you very much for that question, Congresswoman. I would dispute that the gig economy has been killed off in California.
Okay, let's get back to the, if you are confirmed as the Secretary of Labor, will you demand Congress pass a similar bill to kill off independent contractor and the independent contractor status?
I will not do that.
Wonderful. We are on a roll. Do you believe the death of the gig industry economy is a positive or negative economy, is negative to the economy? I think we might have a difference here.
Well, so thank you, Congresswoman. I believe that we should support job growth, job creation, businesses who create jobs, and make sure that we are both paving, a high road to an economy where everybody who wants to work has a good job, they can live a middle-class life. Right, exactly, has opportunity. I also believe, and it is partly my job to make sure that we are enforcing labor laws so that everybody competes on a level playing field, and that some of the things we've talked about today, that we don't have exploitative child labor.
Thank you. Last week, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled 8-1 on an 8-1 vote that organized labor cannot damage employer property during work action. 8-1. Do you agree that union members, or any employees for that matter, have the right to damage the property of their employers?
No, I don't think there's a right to damage. I do think that
Wonderful.
The Supreme
Thank
Court's
you. In your written testimony to the Senate Help Committee in April, you highlighted the fact that you were heavily involved with the negotiations between the rail employers and their unionized employees. Are you truly proud of the work that you did on that?
I am, Congresswoman.
Because let me remind you, Congress had to step in to prevent a national shutdown of the rail system.
So this is very interesting. This is a Biden nominee for Labor Secretary basically being grilled on her record. And what you have to understand with a lot of these people that the Biden administration is appointing to a lot of these different positions is that the Biden administration is appointing these people not particularly because they're qualified, not particularly because they're great at their jobs, but because they are ideologically aligned with the agenda that the Biden administration is trying to push. Obviously, they are... the things that this woman was saying via social media were very sort of like rah-rah pro-union and all these different things. But what these people do not realize is that what you say on social media, like, you always have to be careful what you say on social media, particularly if you're somebody that is trying to step into a role like this, because that stuff can come back to haunt you, and this is exactly what happened. And so we see this over and over again. These people sort of say these far-left things, these very incendiary things on social media, and then when they get to a position where they're going to be confirmed, or at least attempting to be confirmed for something very big, they try to kind of walk these things back. It happens over and over and over again, and it is very indicative of the types of people ideologically that the Biden administration would like to basically flood all of the positions all across the country with.